Having let the boys finale and the final episode sit with me, here are my thoughts on the final episode and overall the whole season. This final episode, along with this whole season, is very flawed, and there's a lot of problems with this final episode. And I think the biggest one everyone's talking about is Homelander getting just obliterated way too easily. The final fight is so small in scale. All they end up doing is minorly damaging the Oval Office, right? The Homelander doesn't really kill anyone there. Nothing crazy happens. We're talking about scorched earth, and this is it. Ryan and Butcher alone are able to hold Homelander down. They're able to make it so he can't fly away, despite the fact that 10 minutes ago he flies to space in literally 1 second. It makes no sense. People have talked about how the V1 made him weaker or like something like that, even though maybe it was supposed to make him stronger. I don't think the V1 was inherently ever said to make him stronger, but the fact that he's just getting destroyed, it just makes you wonder, like, why did they not just jump him like 3 seasons ago, or even at the beginning of this season? If we round up the strongest soups, we could probably have just jumped this guy and won. And it's not like anyone's gonna come defend him besides like the Deep. But that's the Deep, right? And I'll go into the Deep because it feels like his death is just like we've been waiting for him to die, and then he dies. And it's like he's not redeemable, and it's proof. And they've tried to make him redeemable. He's the opposing to A-Train. It just feels like he should have died a long time ago. His character had nothing to do this season. It was the same thing as last season with him, and he should have been gone. And I think the Deep is funny, but it's been dragging, right? The whole Homelander thing is an issue. Butcher also, he kind of feels tagged onto the end, but I get it. It makes sense. It works out, and it aligns with you know, everything him and Huey finally solving it all. It works. I'm fine with that. Kimiko and the Frenchie thing, the power of love that activates her ability to use the Soldier Boy radiation power, that makes no sense. We literally established early in the episode that's anger, not love that does that. Maybe it's emotion that evokes it, but that's not said, right? So like it's BS. And then there's the whole Sister Sage thing. She is terrible for this whole season, terribly written, bro. Generally awfully. Like, it's so inconsistent with her powers, and then her character makes no sense. She never inherently said that she wanted her powers gone forever. She did temporarily sometimes, but then she's like, oh, my powers are gone. I'm so hyped. Like that was never like established, bro. Overall, those are my biggest flaws with it, and I know I was hated on this episode for like 2 minutes straight there. But as an individual episode, I think it is solid. I think it's a good ending, and I don't think it compares to something like Game of Thrones or Stranger Things. I just think the season failed to set up this finale in a good way, and I think that's the issue. Overall, as a finale, it is fine. It is decent. It works. It's cliche, yes. Is it flawed? Yes. But I think the way Homelander goes out is perfectly. That scene is so great. If you watch Death Note, it's very similar to how Light Yagami goes down. It just works so well. It fits their characters. It is so satisfying, and Anthony Starr's acting performance in that is so amazing. Oh my god. Overall, I think it's a solid ending. It's nothing special. It didn't wow me or amaze me that much. And that's kind of just how this whole season went. But overall, as a show, this is still a really amazing show with 3 seasons that are really special and the last 2 that are solid enough and have good spots, but are definitely very flawed.